Now, to close off today's program, we move into a field that has been at the heart of engineering since its earliest days. A discipline that deals with machines, motion, energy, and everything in between, mechanical engineering. To give us a deeper understanding of this dynamic field, we are excited to welcome Mr. Jayat Pereira, a graduate on the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Morotua. Mr. Pereira currently works as an engineer, projects at Vidulanka PLC, contributing to sustainable energy development in Sri Lanka. His previous experiences include being a trainee mechanical engineer at Diesel and Motor Engineering PLC, a management trainee at Solar Mart, and a trainee engineer at Smart Products Lanka Private Limited, giving him a diverse and practical foundation in the mechanical domain. He also brings strong leadership and innovation to the table as the Chief Executive Officer of Falcon Racing, the university's electric vehicle racing team, where he has also been a co-team member in high voltage electronics. Mr. Pereira is an associate member of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka and the Institution of Mechanical Engineers, reflecting his own commitment to professional development and excellence. With his experience across energy, engineering, and leadership, he is here to share what it truly means to be a mechanical engineer in today's fast changing world. Let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Jayat Pereira.
Hi everyone, I'm audible.
Yes, Aya.
Right. Yeah, I hope everybody can hear me. It's 9:34. Hope everybody in a way can have their full attention. Basically, I'll be talking about what the Department of Mechanical Engineering of University of Manatu offers and what is going to be your life at the department if you choose to be at the department and if you get chosen for the department, and also how your path will be narrowed down for the mechanical engineering field if you hope to get into the industry, or even if you go to the higher study, what will be the opportunities and how we would cater that demand. So let me first share my screen. Right. Is my screen visible to everybody? Hey guys, is my screen visible to everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
Aya.
Saya, we can see.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so I think all the departments have been conducted very well. So the only thing that's left is mechanical engineering. First of all, a brief about me. I think our host has already introduced me. So I was a graduate of mechanical engineering of the 19 batch. And what makes me suitable to give you a lecture about mechanical engineering at University of Marathon, I was a department representative for semesters 4 and 5, and I also acted my duties as the chief executive officer of Falconization team at the university, and I graduated from the university with the second upper class, and currently I'm working as an engineering project at Vidulanka PLC, specifically focused on wind power projects of the company. Okay, first of all, very briefly, let's go through the department. So, as you know, mechanical engineering department is one of the first and leading departments at the university. Uh, at this mechanical engineering department, you have three streams to select actually. Once you get onto the stream, you can apply just like the other departments. You can apply for general mechanical engineering or mechatronic engineering or aeronautical engineering. So mechatronic engineering per year, only 10 students will be taken into that stream, and aeronautical engineering also only 10 students will be taken. Uh, as I know from our batch onwards, I think it changed to 130 students in total for mechanical engineering, which makes 110 for general mechanical engineering, 10 for mechatronic, and 10 for aeronautical. Right. So if I take you down for general mechanical engineering, what you will learn about in this stream, basically everything related to the essence of mechanical engineering, you will learn in this stream. So basically, if you talk about mechanical engineering, as a mechanical engineer, you will have to design products. We will have to validate products. You will have to test products and then put it out to the real world for the consumers to consume. So, design and manufacturing industry is one of the leading industries where mechanical engineering is used, and you will learn in, especially in general mechanical engineering, the fundamentals of design and manufacturing technologies, how to design the product, and after designing the product, how to manufacture the product into the real world. Then you will learn about thermofluids and energy, especially thermofluids in the sense how thermal power plants work, or how HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems work, how various kinds of fluids, refrigerants, how even gaseous states fluids, how they work in thermal power plants and such. And energy, you will learn about thermal power plants, you will learn about solar power plants, wind power plants, hydropower plants, and so on. So next moving forward, we'll also be learning about dynamics and control, how motion takes place in mechanical engineering, both static motion and dynamic motion. So you will learn about this if you follow this. And then material science. Now, if we are to design product, if we are to first of all, when we are designing a product, we are designing a product as a solution for a problem. So, in order to cater to that problem and in order to design the product, you need to know what are the materials you are going to use into that product. For example, when you need plastic for a product, no point of using stainless steel. The weight will increase, the cost will increase, and it will be an hindrance. But in some occasions, we will have to use uh, stainless steel or a rather rugged material. So, how to identify which material to be used at what purpose? So, that is material science. You will learn it about it in this field as well. Then, industrial engineering. What is industrial engineering in the sense? How you can manage an industrial flow. For example, this is not 100% technical, but also project management as well. If you have a particular process in the power plant, say you are working in a factory where automobiles are manufactured or cars are manufactured. So if you have that kind of an industry, you as an industrial engineer, you will go into the industry, you will go into the particular manufacturing plant and look at the bottlenecks. How can you increase the production? How can you decrease the number of labor force? How can you decrease the raw materials that are being used? How can you decrease the per product manufacturing time, or how you can decrease the per product manufacturing cost? So those kind of bottleneck identification and bottleneck rectification is mainly focused in industrial engineering, which is very important and very demanding aspect in today's world. And then also you will, of course, learn about automobile engineering, which is one of the key reasons, especially why people choose this mechanical engineering field, especially. Okay, right. Then we have mechatronic engineering. So in this mechatronic engineering, as the name suggests, mechanical engineering plus electronic engineering is being complete, it being put together. So we'll learn about robotics and autonomous systems. You'll learn about embedded systems and control. So if we talk about robotics and autonomous systems, how robotics can be used in real day applicable states. So in electronic engineering, you may learn about the fundamentals of robotics, how circuits are made, what are the sensors that are made. But in here, mechatronic engineering, you will use motion analysis, you will use particular sensors and actuators, and you look at the mechanical side of things in robotics and autonomous systems. Then, of course, you will learn about the embedded systems and how these systems are being controlled as well. Then, sensors and actuators. Once you have a particular input signal from whatever the sensor you are using in a system, how do you activate an actuator in order to produce an action? So those kind of things, small things will add up to become a big system. And then fundamentals of intelligent systems. So if you are a person uh, who would like to do electronic engineering, but you would also like to have some hands-on experience in the real world, how electronic engineering is actually applied in the real world, and to mitigate problems, mechatronic engineering will be one of the best option for you. Then, of course, we have aeronautical engineering. As the name suggests, aeronautical engineering, in the sense, you will learn about how actually planes fly, how uh, airflow works. For example, if you have an object, if air flows over or through that object, how that object will work. So you will learn about aerodynamics, which is the study of dynamics of air. You will learn about propulsion. When you burn a combustible gas, how does propulsion happens? Then you will learn about aircraft structures and materials. If you are designing an aircraft, if you are designing uh, any kind of aerial vehicle, you need to make sure that you can make it as light as possible to reduce the weight of the object, and you need to be able to manufacture it in a particular way that it obeys the aerodynamic principles to make it as aerodynamic as possible. So what are the materials you can use that can cater both of these requests, both lightweight and how to manufacture. So use you will learn about the materials and the structures as well. Then aircraft systems and avionics. Aircraft systems and avionics, in the sense how electronics is used in aircraft systems, both for communication, for control, and assisting day-to-day aircraft maintenance. And then flight control system and design. A flight is not merely uh, a fixed shape. You have control structures in a aircraft. How do you control the aircraft structure in order to navigate and in order to control flight itself? And then finally, about aviation, human factors and legislation, which dives into how the aeronautical engineering affects the society and the community, and how it shapes the world. Right. So now we discuss about the three streams. We have general mechanical, which dives into the general aspect of mechanical engineering, including energy, thermofluids, automobile engineering, industrial engineering, then energy itself. And then you have mechatronic engineering, which dives into part of mechanical and electronic engineering. And then you have aeronautical engineering, which dives into the fundamentals of airflow and how uh, planes and aerial vehicles are created. So based on that, after you select the stream, you will have an internship just like the other departments, 6 months, which comes in the sixth semester, 6 months or 24 weeks. So, especially, I have to say, in this mechanical engineering field, there are enough and more internship opportunities, at least in Sri Lanka. And if you for the past, I think 2 or 3 years, uh, mechatronic engineering students, the 10 students who are selected for mechatronic, have been able to go for China for the internships as well. So if you are keen on looking into that venture, there's a possibility in that as well. And as a mechanical engineer, you have to know mechanical engineering is a key industry where practical applicability is actually a fundamental thing. So these 6 months is actually, I would say, one of the best period for you to actually get your hands on experience and to learn about how mechanical engineering is actually applied in the industry. So based on your future expectations only, you have to choose your internship experience. For example, if you have a focus on going for higher studies in mechanical engineering fields, you have to choose an internship where the internship adds up to your portfolio in terms of research experience. If you have a future expectation of going for high studies, but if you have a future expectation of going to the industry, it's better you choose your internship that will be an advantage on practical experience rather than research experience, how you use mechanical engineering in day-to-day lives. So, if I talk about the local internship opportunities, there are many. I have just listed down the ones I remember. Like, for example, I have listed down DMO first, which I took actually my internship opportunity, 6 months. Then we have Atlas, Kalam Dockyard, CB, Leco, Vidulanka, even the company which I work right now. Then Winforce, Ceylon Petroleum, Hales, RD, Unilever, LTL. Uh, these For the aeronautical students, you will have to go 3 months to Sri Lankan Air Force and 3 months to Sri Lankan Airlines. That is generally that has been the practice of the department for quite some time. So apart from that, for the others, the mechatronics and the general mechanical engineering students, you have the freedom to choose any of mechanical engineering internship providing companies for the 6 months internship. The department itself will provide you the guidance and help in order to find, but you have 100% freedom to find your own internship opportunity, given that it suits the requirements of the curriculum. Right. Then, if you talk about the workshops and facilities that you have at the department, you have the machine shop, which gives you the experience of working with different kinds of machine, lathe machines, welding machines, milling machines, drilling machines, hands-on experience. And it's a big workshop, probably largest in the university. It has several skilled staffs to help you and guide you in order to do especially your FIP work as well. Then you have the metal workshop, for iron casting and also other sheet metal workshop and stuff. You have the metal workshop. Then you have the wood workshop for wood cutting and wood related practicals and stuff. Then you have the fitting workshop as well. In terms of laboratories, uh, it is one of mechanical engineering department is one of the departments which have the largest number of laboratories within the university. To name some few, we have the aeronautical lab, we have the applied thermodynamics lab, applied mechanics lab, automobile lab, design and drafting center, where you basically learn about drawings, AutoCAD, hand drawings, and also CAD drawings. Then you have the CAD CAM and CAE lab. CAD stands for computer aided design. CAM stands for computer aided manufacturing. CAE stands for computer aided engineering. And bionics lab basically where biomedical mechanical the students who are focused, mechanical students who are more focused on biomedical, take their final year research projects on. Then you also have the dye and mold laboratories. You have the energy engineering laboratories. Then you have the mechatronics laboratory, metrology lab, motion analysis lab. Uh, Motion analysis lab was, I think, renovated a few years back, and it has been widely used laboratory nowadays, and production engineering lab as well. So many laboratories and many facilities for you to work on. And if you uh, plan to do your FIP, your final year design and research projects in any of these laboratories, you are well equipped and there are well trained and skilled staff to help you with it. Okay. Coming for the student clubs that are there in the department. So first of all, we have IMECI, or in Institution of Mechanical Engineer student chapter within the university. So it is one of the most uh, I would say most one of the most active chapters within the university as well. We had different activities. We had different events like each month, and if you want to be part of it, you are more than welcome. And generally, each year, IMEC student chapter, in collaboration with IMEC Sri Lanka, arranges SOFE championship, which you call Speak Out for Engineering. Basically, a venue for the young engineers who would like to speak about a technical uh, avenue. And if you have good communication skills and also technical skills, you will be able to rise in that. And after going through the university level, you can go to a Sri Lankan level, and then after that you can go for South Asian level, and finally the final international level as well. So I was fortunate enough to win the Sri Lankan level Sophia Championship, and after that I went to India to participate in actually Goa, India, to participate in South Asian Region Championship, and I was fortunate enough to awarded the runners up. So after that, I believe there had not been a champion from our university, but the last champion who was from Ruhuna University was able to win the South Asian region finals and also go to the uh, world finals, which was held in Dubai, as I remember, and win the world finals as well. So that guy was able to win the final competition. So yeah. So if you also have some communication skills and would like to talk about technical stuff, once every year you have this software championship which you can participate in. Right. The other club is UMES, or you call it University of Motor Mechanic Engineering Society. So basically, this is the society which governs all the activities within the university as well. Then, when we are talking about the clubs, we have especially a club done by mechatronic engineering students, the Diakava team, which is basically a team that makes an underwater drone. So I think last year and the year before that, both the teams were able to find funds and go to Singapore and get some good awards as well. So if you come into the mechatronics stream, and if you would like to participate in this competition, you can also have the chance to put your hands in this kind of awesome project and go into the international stage as well. Then you have Team Moravian specifically for the aeronautical students. So this is also some kind of competition like that. You have the opportunity to create a UAS, and then after that, if you get the opportunity to go through the local levels, you can finally go to the international level and show out your skills, your design and manufacturing skills as well. This mainly for the aeronautical students. Then probably you may have heard the Team Falcon Racing, which is I would say one of the key highlights of Department of Mechanical Engineering of Monitor. So basically in this team, what we do is we from scratch, from the very first go, we design, implement, and manufacture a Formula Student type race car, and this is done as per the rules and regulations of a Formula Student competition that we select each year. So, as I said, each and every aspect of this design and manufacturing of the car is done by students itself. This is actually Falconry Racing during my tenure open for the entire university. So basically, it was only within the Department of Mechanical Engineering until 2022, as I remember. And after 2023, we opened it to the entire university, including architecture faculty as well, even business faculty and IT faculty as well, so that those students can also be a part of the team. Uh, but predominantly this is run and handled by mechanical engineering students. So yeah, the design, manufacturing, everything is done by the student itself. Right. So during my period, we were lucky enough to participate in Formula Bharat competition, which was held in Coimbatore, India, 2024 January. So we were awarded 10th place out of 39 EV teams. It was an international competition. Out of 39 international teams, we were awarded the 10th, and we were awarded the fourth place in business plan event, and we got also the best looking car award as well. So these are some snaps from that event as well. So if you're passionate in automobile industry and if you would like to uh, not just stay within the books, not just be with your computer, your books, if you want to go out there and show your skills, use your free time on projects like this, I would say mechanical engineering department is one of the best places for you at the inter university. And apart from those kind of events, Falcon Racing also recently actually initiated a fully funded MSc opportunity for students who are keen on pursuing their research and higher studies on automotive technologies. So this is fully funding the MSc opportunity that is done by the Formula Student Alumni Society as well. And apart from that, we also have these sessions in which guide you through your industry and your higher study experience as well. So yeah, those are the clubs and everything. After going out of the university, what will you be facing? So first of all, what kind of industry are you looking at? What are the industry that you can get into? So as you might already know, mechanical engineering is one of the vast fields out there. For example, if you talk about a mechanical engineer where he would work, no industry can operate without a mechanical engineer. So an industry can operate maybe without a computer science engineer if the industry is a full manufacturing industry. But right now it is also difficult in this world. But fundamentally, from the very first time engineering was, I believe, invented, mechanical engineering has been one of the fundamental engineering aspects, and it is uh, because of that, it is a predominant demanding aspect in each and every industry. So obviously, as I said, product design and development industry is one where mechanical engineering students from Municipal Motors especially are highly demanded. Um, Most of our graduates go to, especially from Falconization and those kinds of clubs, most of them join to Vega uh, and Demo as well. And then you have the energy industry, thermal power plant industries, LTL, CB, LECO, and those industries. Even the company I work in is related to energy industries, renewable energy. Windforce is there. And then automobile in industry, of course, then manufacturing, any kind of manufacturing industry would definitely require a mechanical engineer or mechanical engineers. Then you will, for the aeronautical engineers, you will always have the aviation and aeronautical industry doors open for you. Then plant operations. If you have a power plant, if you have a manufacturing facility, if you have any, let's say like this, any room or any facility that contains a mechanical machine would require maintenance engineer or a plant engineer to take care of it and to look into the operation aspect. So yeah, a mechanical engineer will definitely be involved in plant operations. Then HVAC, or you call it heating, ventilation, air conditioning systems, oil and gas. industry. This is not just focused on the Sri Lankan aspect, but also in overseas as well, especially in Australia, even New Zealand, Germany, US. Oil and gas industry is one of the main industries still which is prevailing. Uh, and then construction and infrastructure for design aspects, for on-site aspects, everything mechanical engineering is definitely used. And then of course maintenance industry. Then what are the industry positions or the posts that you're looking at once you get into the industry? Of course, these are, I would say, the opening positions or the entry level positions. Once you go high up in the ladder, you will have senior engineer roles, you will have manager roles, assistant manager role, and even yeah, you can go into the chief executive roles as well. So industry positions which are open are mechanical engineer, obviously, then design engineer, production engineer, project engineer, industrial engineer, plant engineer, maintenance engineer, HVAC engineer, planning engineer, testing engineer, and many more. So there are various kinds of opportunities out there for you, which you can look into. Okay, we talked about the industry aspects, so opportunities for higher studies. Yeah, opportunities for higher studies, you have various fields such as computational mechanics, thermofluids, names in the sense nano electromechanical systems, micro electromechanical systems, LCA or life cycle assessment, CFD, computational fluid dynamics, battery technology, EV, hydrogen combustion, etc. You have many fields which high studies are very much open to. And from the get-go, once you get into the department, if you get into the department of mechanical engineering, if your final target is to go for research, uh, that is your final target, it is better that you build up your research portfolio from the get-go. You can increase, you can put probably for the first or second year, if you're doing mechanical engineering, you will not have publications because mechanical engineering is not a field where you can just come into the sector and then do some research and put it. You need to have some ground level foundation understanding about it. So probably you're looking at your third year or fourth year to put your first publication. 90% of the students put their publication in the fourth year. But if your target is there, you can do it. So that's why once you come into the department, it's best that you prioritize your targets. Are you a kind of person who would like to work in the industry first? Or are you a kind of person who would like to go for higher studies at the get-go? So if you're someone to go for higher studies, especially in another country, best thing is that you build up your research portfolio in terms of publications, your research experience, etc. Your FIP, final year project, plays a major role in scholarship opportunities. For example, if you have done something in, say, energy field for your final year project, and you want to apply for a scholarship in automobile sector, still there's a opportunity for you. You can always try, but the odds against you are high. So just like in any other uh, department, your FIP plays a major role in terms of your scholarship opportunities because you are not fighting just with your 130 friends within department. You're not fighting for a scholarship with the students in Sri Lanka. You're fighting for a scholarship with all the candidates who may or may not come from better universities than us, who may or may not have better results than you. So you will want to have the best edge on terms of everything with them. So best thing is you target your FIP based on your requirements as well. Then GPA matters definitely in terms of high studies, but so does your project experience. So if you're talking about high studies in mechanical engineering, uh, as I told you from the very get-go, mechanical engineering is an particular engineering field where hands-on experience and your practicality is very much important. So even if you are doing a research, uh, even if you become a research engineer, say like if you are a maintenance engineer or if you are a engineer, you need to have a very big practical aspect in your engineering experience. But if you're a research engineer, you would want to have more theoretical experience in your portfolio. But even as research engineers in mechanical engineering, you will need to have a very good hands-on experience, because whatever you're researching on needs to be practically applied into. So your project experience is also very important in terms of high studies, which will definitely give you a better edge when compared with other international or local candidates. And then, just like any other opportunity, networking is very important. So build up your network from right on as well. Uh, Talk with your colleagues, talk with colleagues from other universities, network with them, build up a good LinkedIn portfolio. Whatever the projects you do, don't brag about the projects. Don't like put big stuff in LinkedIn saying you did this and that. Make sure, because whatever you put in your LinkedIn should be something which you can, after 5 years, look back and think, okay, this is still relevant for you. You have not, like in single we say, "Babagena kano." So yeah, make sure that you maintain your LinkedIn portfolio very professionally. And then the other thing is, do not miss opportunities, because if we talk about mechanical engineering, especially for higher studies, there are it is very competitive, right? Because especially if we talk about Germany, uh, then even China, US, those opportunities. Many students like Indians, South Asian students, many students apply, and because of that, the more you miss the opportunity, the more difficult it will become at the later stage for you to find a scholarship opportunity. So if you have a deadline within, say you have a scholarship application deadline within the next 2 days, don't think, okay, this intake I will not apply, I will apply on the next intake. If you can manage to prepare all the documents, if you can manage to prepare your statement of purpose, your the particular referees and everything, before that 2 days, try to apply then and there as well, because you never know where you will actually miss your opportunities. So that is on high studies. Yeah, that is the end of our presentation. So to wrap things off, mechanical engineering department is, I would say, one of the most active department in the universities, and one of the key departments within the universities which harbor different kinds of projects. You have Falcon Racing team, you have the Akawa team, you have US Challenge team. Uh, so yeah, different kind of projects for you to work on, especially if you want, not just in terms of individual projects, if you want to work on your communication skills and work on your teamwork, mechanical engineering stream will be one of the best. And if I ask, if I tell you actually, who should not choose mechanical engineering as your future, say you are a student who want to work on your computer full day. Okay, if say you want to be an engineer who want to work full time, work from home, and 9 to 5 job. If you're that kind of person, I mean, I would say mechanical engineering is not for you, right? Because as I said, as a mechanical engineer, you will need to have practical aspect about 50% of your career. So you need to be ready at any time, at any place, to attend to a problem and to rectify with a solution. A mechanical engineer is someone who always tries to find a solution for a problem that is practically there. not something that is imaginary, not something that you cannot see, which you can see, which is practically there. So if you are someone who likes to have a hands-on experience, if you are someone who wants to get your hands dirty, get your fingers into the grease and get things done and get things done quickly, then mechanical engineering is probably for you. Right. I think that's everything from my side. I hope I did not take long, 45 minutes. That's good to go.
Thank you very much, Aya. Before we move on, let's take some time to answer the questions. There are some questions we received earlier. We can show
Okay.
that in the screen, and as we go through them, everyone welcome to raise their hand or type any new questions in the chat.
Okay. So, Nange, are we waiting for the question? So,
We can share some questions, Aya. If you don't mind, can you stop the screen share?
sure, sure. Okay. Even if you are not selected for aeronautics, is that possible to do a master's in that field? Okay, so it's like this. Uh, Look, masters, of course, Mali or Nangi, whoever asked this question, is possible if you want to do it in a paid version, of course, right? Because masters, there are paid masters where you can apply and do it, and mechanical engineering degree would be very much sufficient enough for you to continue. But say for a scholarship, okay, uh, in terms of if you're looking at in the point of view of a university which is offering you a scholarship, the reason why they would give you a scholarship for masters in aeronautics is they believe that you are a good candidate who would one day excel in aeronautics, uh, right? That is the reason that they would give you a scholarship. So in order for you to prove that you would be a good candidate, that who would actually excel in aeronautics, uh, you need to show some stuff, right? So those stuff would be better off if they are in the same relevant aeronautics. For example, if I say, okay, I'm good at running, and if you have a portfolio only on swimming, yes, as a professor who is willing to give you a scholarship, I can I think, okay, he's good at swimming, so he may probably be good at running. Oh, I could think, okay, he's only good at swimming, probably not good at running. So that disadvantage is definitely there. But say the whole reason I think you might be asking this is you have a passion in aeronauticals, but you're afraid that you might not be selected for aeronautical, right? So in that case, still I would say you can pursue your dream or passion in aeronautical by selecting your particular subjects that you can do within the mechanical engineering stream. For example, with on the seventh and eighth semester, there are subjects you can choose. For example, I myself did a general mechanical engineering stream. Uh, but I selected some subjects which are relevant to aeronautical stream as well. I did CFD and I did aerodynamics. Aerodynamics was, as I remember, the seventh semester, and CFD was in the eighth semester. So both of them are which are targeted for aeronautical students. So if you want to pursue in aeronautical, even if you are not in aeronautical stream, yes, I would say you still have the opportunity, and if you still can do that, but it depends on how your drive is. I hope I answered your question because I cannot give you a direct answer if you can or not. Okay, for someone who has a lot of interest towards physics, is this a great engineering program to go through? If it is what are the opportunities available someone who has a great interest towards physics? Okay, first of all, um, if you're interested in physics, is mechanical engineering good? I would say if you're interested in physics, mechanical engineering would be the best option for you, because in physics we learn about motion, we learn about how force works, how things work, right? How the world operates. So basically, mechanical engineering is that how things move, how the world operates. So if you are passionate, if during A levels that was the subject that you wanted to go sit hours and hours, physics was your go-to subject, I would say mechanical engineering would be one of the best areas for you to dive into. And now, what are the opportunities available for someone who has great interest? As I said, you have three streams, of course, and then you can learn about the mechanics, for example, how dynamics works, how kinematics works. You can learn about fluid structures, how fluid works, how hydrodynamic and aerodynamic work. You can learn about structures, how a building can be designed, how a simple uh, thing like a gear wheel can be designed, what are the materials you can use in order to manufacture a gear wheel, how to design a gear wheel, how first of all how to draw a gear wheel on paper and on AutoCAD or whatever the CAD software you are using, and finally how to manufacture the particular designed instrument. So you can, I mean, yeah, if you are into physics, mechanical engineering would be, I think, one of the best streams for you to select on. Cool. Okay, long questions. I like mechatronic robotics sector very much, but when I refer to curriculum, the street is it has very minor difference with core streams. Yeah. So by selecting the stream, I have a feeling that I would get the actual depth of mechanical and electrical knowledge required foreign graduation programs. I like to pursue higher education in a foreign university. So what do I do? I believe the person asking this would want to pursue in a PhD opportunity, right? Right. It's like this, Nangimal. Um, Now, this program you have enrolled into is known as Bachelor of Science, right? And okay, so one thing basically, a foreign university, or if you're doing a PhD or foreign PhD, a foreign professor would look into is what is the type of degree certificate that the particular candidate has. There are several universities in Sri Lanka which offers BSc or BTech, different kinds of bachelor's degree. Among them, University of Moratuwa in engineering, many engineering degrees, including mechanical engineering degree, even as of 2025, is a bachelor's degree which is under the Washington Accords. So Washington Accords is, I think probably you might know, a standard where it says, okay, any university which offers a bachelor's degree in engineering which is in par with Washington Accord uh, would be considered a standard level in many countries: Australia, UK, US, Germany. I mean, most of the best known countries out there. So even the mechanical engineering degree is streamlined for that standard only. But if you're looking for high studies, definitely you will have to narrow down what is your passion, what is your interest. For example, say your interest is solely on automobile engineering. Okay, so if you're only into automobile engineering, the I would say the only focused module that you have for automobile engineering is in semester 8 or semester 7. I don't know how the curriculum has changed right now. A module called automobile engineering. In semester 2, I think you have a module called Introduction to Automobile Engineering. And then in semester 8, you have Automobile Engineering, which is selective, by the way. So you can choose to select that. One would think, okay, if only one module is there for the entire 4 years for you to learn automobile engineering. But the thing is, all the other modules you do, kinematics, dynamatics, thermofluids, hydraulics, material science, everything is very much important and are fundamental in order to manufacture an automobile. So when you're selecting projects, when you're doing projects, when you're doing extracurricular activities, when you're doing your final year project, you can use this experience which you have got from these modules, and also maybe even from your selective modules in the final year, in order to do a good final year project. Because at the end of the day, what the foreign university or the foreign professors would want to see is your research capability, right? Not just what you have learned. Because I would think that there are many universities in the world where offer very streamlined degree courses only for a particular streamlined sector. But what the foreign universities or foreign professors would want to look at is how is your research capability, how is your passion, and is this person really into the sector that he wants to see. So if even in mechatronic engineering, you will learn about sensors, you will learn about actuators, you will learn about the embedded systems, you will learn about robotics basics, and I would say do not have a worry, because there are enough and more graduates out there who have gone for overseas higher education, especially in mechatronic engineering, because mechatronic is one of the, I would say, hot opportunities even in Sri Lanka. So yeah, I would say if you are passionate about it, you focus, you streamline your projects and your particular research publications and research experience into that particular aspect, and you will definitely not go wrong. Right. What are the opportunities and various paths? And can we use our computer-based knowledge to get better positions in this industry? What are the related opportunities for that? Okay, I would think, correct me if I'm wrong, I would think computer-based knowledge in the sense your knowledge on computer-based software, AutoCAD, 3D CAD, simulation softwares, right? Otherwise, computer-based. I think that would be what you're referring to. So yeah, actually, this computer-based knowledge right now is, I would say, it's not actually an edge in the industry. It is a fundamental requirement. So, for example, as a mechanical engineer, especially for municipal monitor, you need to have a good fundamental knowledge on AutoCAD. Sorry, not just AutoCAD, any CAD software, and preferably a 3D modeling software as well, such as maybe SolidWorks or I mean any software out there that you want to use. Then also preferably a CFD simulation software like ANSYS or Console. You will get to know about those. So it's always better for you to in Sri Lanka. I cannot guarantee that you will be using this software full time, but it is always better for you to know this software. So in case if it comes to a selection between you and a candidate uh, of who knows the software better, then you get the edge. So and also as the world is moving towards computer-based technologies, it is based that you get your hands-on experience, and the university also have some courses for this as well. So better you get a good knowledge about these AutoCAD softwares and 3D modeling softwares, and maybe ANSYS Fluent and those kind of softwares as well. Is there any threats for girls in the department? Okay, I would like to know where the rumors came from. But yeah, no threats, nothing. Threats in the sense, I would think these threats are like in terms of industry opportunities, because I don't know any other threats that are there in the department. Uh, yeah, over time, I would say, so 2018 batch. there were, I think, as I remember, 10 girls for a batch of 120. Then our batch, unfortunately, we had only two girls for 120 students, so 118 boys, just two girls. Uh, so I can talk from my experience. There was absolutely no discrimination, and I would say the two girls who were in our department enjoyed the best of their 4 years as well. One is right now doing their masters in Australia, and the other is currently working in the industry. So, uh, in terms of our batch, like there were no discrimination. We were like brothers and sisters, and I mean, I think they also enjoyed their best at the 4 years. And even the 2020 batch, as I remember, there were 10 girls. 2021, there were, I think, 12 or 14, there were more girls. Like, uh, uh, as coming into this right now, mechanical engineering, especially where you can, it is possible for girls as well to have more involvement and to use their brains as well. So there's no discrimination as of right now in any of the engineering fields, as I think, and even in mechanical engineering, that is the same. So yeah. Uh, if you refer to any other threats, please put in the comments because I haven't known about any other threats. What about starting salary? What are the jobs that I can do? Can I grow about? Okay, first the starting salary. So mechanical engineering, I would say, is one of now we are talking about here in Sri Lanka, right? So mechanical engineering, I would say, is one of the industries here in Sri Lanka. In an engineering field where the starting salary is as not as much as the other engineering faculties. For example, uh, and there's a difference as well. So if you talk about a mechanical engineer, entry level mechanical engineer, uh, starting basic salary would be roughly around 120 to 150,000. There are some occasions where like companies where it is international conglomerate here that is established in Sri Lanka, which offers in the range of 200 or 250 thousand LKR. But normally, if we are talking about a general uh, role here within a Sri Lankan company, we are looking at the starting salary roughly around that 120 to 115, 120 to 150,000 LKR. Now, I would say the reason for this is uh, again coming back to mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering is an engineering facade where practical experience is very much important, right? For example, say if you're a computer science engineer, your 4 years you are doing a good computer science degree definitely in the university. Then you go to the industry, you will you have the potential to directly apply what you learned in your 4 year degree directly to the particular industrial application. That is one I would say an particular benefit of computer science and electronic engineering as well. But if you talk about like the fundamental engineering disciplines, mechanical, this is even common to some other engineering as well, like mechanical, electrical, especially civil engineering. If you talk about them, just textbook knowledge is not enough for you to thrive within the industry, right? You will definitely have to have a good practical hands-on experience in order to excel in the industry. So if you're looking at an industry point of view, uh, once you get into the industry, only you will get the particular experience that the company requires you to have as an engineer. So even though you get the position of mechanical engineer, actually what you'll be working is as a trainee mechanical engineer, because you have the technical knowledge, but you do not actually have the experience of how to apply the technical knowledge you have into real world application, right? So the particular 6 months, 1 year time period will be like a period for you to learn, for you to apply stuff, for you to trial and error, get along with your seniors in the industry and learn. But once you go off that hurdle, for example, after the first 6 months or the first year, I would say mechanical engineering is uh, a particular industry where the salary scales go high very much. So you start from, let's say, bottom line, you start from 120,000. But if you show your colors, if you show your attitude and a good application experience, definitely you can rank up high. And mechanical engineering especially being engineering discipline where overall you get to learn about many other industries as well. For example, as a mechanical engineer, you will learn a small aspect of electrical engineering. You will learn a small aspect of electronic engineering. You will learn a small aspect of structural engineering, which is civil engineering. So, as a mechanical engineer, you will learn about all these things little by little, which makes you an overall top guy. So, especially if you look at the industry, many of the top people in the first 10, 20 companies in Sri Lanka and even in the world like most of the time they're mechanical engineers, because they have a good know-how about how everything works, like not just focused on one aspect, but how a building works, how the civil foundation is there, how a substation works, how the electrical infrastructure within substation works. So mechanical engineer, I would say mechanical engineering is one of the best engineering disciplines if you want to go into the industry. So yeah, the starting salary would be low, but if you want to, especially when if you want to go abroad, say you want to migrate as a skilled migrant, still it will be one of the best engineering like disciplines you can follow. How about the job opportunities and career paths for aeronautical engineering inside Sri Lanka and abroad countries? Is it possible to progress to doctorate degrees through this field? Okay, first of all, I will answer the latter question. Is it possible to progress to doctorate degree through this field? Yes, there are many instances where our aeronautical students have gone for higher studies, especially in the US, UK, even Australia, Finland, and even Germany. Um, Uh, yeah, so definitely there's the option for you to do that. In terms of what are the job opportunities within Sri Lanka, there is, I would say, a lack of opportunities within Sri Lanka. Like, definitely there are opportunities, but not as diverse as a general mechanical student. For example, I told you about the positions that a mechanical engineer who is just graduating from the university would have, right? Industrial engineer, HVAC engineer, plant engineer, operation engineer. But an aeronautical engineer, the only places that you can involve mostly is here in Sri Lanka is the aviation industry, which is very much limited to the Sri Lankan Air Force and Sri Lankan Airlines and a few other companies like uh, Fitsair or other service providing companies out there, the few companies out there. So yeah, within Sri Lanka, your job opportunities might be a bit I would say limited, but still there are opportunities out there. And if you want to definitely look into opportunities abroad or for higher studies, aeronautical engineering would be one of the best opportunities for you. So if you want to go, if you are choosing aeronautical and if you want to go for higher studies, and if you want to go to another overseas country as a skilled migrant, definitely you will find the opportunities there. But especially in, I'm not sure about this, like in US and UK, sometimes. it's difficult for you to directly apply for jobs without a citizenships, because if you uh, think about the aeronautical fields in a country, for example, say Sri Lankan Air Force is directly linked to the national security of the country. So, would Sri Lankan Air Force recruit a person who is of another nationality, who is not even a citizen of Sri Lanka? So that same aspect is applicable in a bigger, I would say, multiple effect, especially in countries like US. Like you have, I would say, the best opportunities for aeronautical engineers are in the US. Like you have Lockheed Martin, you have SpaceX. Like there are different industries, but those industries also are very much intertwined with the national security of those countries. So that's what I've heard. There are some limitations for you to apply for the overseas. I'm talking about overseas job opportunities without having the citizenship of those countries. So other than that, if you want to go for higher studies, of course, I think there would be the opportunities. Okay, I think I answered your question. What are the job areas in this field? I think we answered that question. Uh, there are different opportunities, plant engineer, operation engineer, and so on. How is the economics in mechanical engineering? What will learn? Where can the candidate for the third year? What are the projections to the future if you follow the salaries, career growth? And okay, so first question: how is the academics in mechanical engineering department? Academics is good. Lectures are very friendly. The FIP research and design projects are very interesting and very engaging. It is one of the department where you have to physically make a product for your FIP. You can't just show a simulation and get away with it. You have to prepare something. You have to make something tangible and show to the particular uh, panel board who is coming to judge you. So it's very interesting, and you will definitely learn a good deal. Where can we get internships? We talked about this. There are enough and more opportunities here with even locally within Sri Lanka, where you can get internships on your third year. The department itself will definitely help you find it. And the what the projection towards the future if you follow mechanical engineering? Definitely, if you want to pursue high studies, there's still the opportunity. If you want to pursue in industry, I would say it is one of the best industries out there, because it's very diverse and you get to learn a lot of things. You get your hands-on experience at a very young age itself. So is one of the best out there. Salaries, we talked about it, and career growth. Career growth, I would say it is one of the career paths where you have the peak development in your career. And of course, abroad countries, even if you like just randomly, if you look at say engineers, one of the countries that you definitely go try to migrate to is Australia, right? So if we look at the Australian market, uh, the mechanical engineers is one of the most high demanding, uh, I would say, vacancies, because mechanical engineers are not enough for that country, because that amount of work and development in the infrastructure and the companies and industries happening. So even in abroad countries, our degree version code accredited is very much considered very reputed, and they respect our standards. So yeah, if you want to follow an overseas job opportunity, still it is possible. Companies that we can work for, there are multiple. And about the aspect of entrepreneurship, very good question. An idea about the aspect of entrepreneurship. Okay. Uh, so if you want to be an entrepreneur, one of the important, I would say, skill that you need to have is you need to see something. You need to see the deficit in that thing, or I would say the problem in that thing, and find a solution for that. So mechanical, if you are a mechanical engineer, as I said, you will get a good uh, understanding about the overall aspect of the world. But for example, you will learn about the basics, not in detail, but basics of electrical engineering, basics of civil engineering, basics. You will learn a bit about coding as well. So you will learn all in apart from mechanical engineering fundamentals, you will learn a bit about the other industries as well. So because of that opportunity, you will have you will actually develop the skill to look into something and identify the problem and to how you can cater stuff. So because of that, if you want to be there, take like put your head into entrepreneurship and build your own firm or build your own business, I think still it would be one of the best opportunities out there. So if you want to do that, I would say yeah, go ahead. Mechanical engineering would be one of the best aspects. Good question. Is that our education technical wise things enough to compete with other countries' education technical things like USA, China, Japan? Definitely. I talk this both in industry wise and high studies wise. So high studies wise, definitely uh, no, we are still capable because our degrees are up to date and I would say very standard and version and got accredited and the other foreign universities accept our standards as well. The only edge that the other universities might have is the university ranking might be higher. So if you have looked into higher studies opportunities, you would know the scholarship opportunities are granted for the GPA or your academic performance, and also your particular projects and whatever the involvement you have, extracurricular activities, and the university ranking as well. So the first two, the your academic performance and your, whatever your extracurricular activities, your research experience, projects, and everything, these two are in your hand, but university ranking is not in your hand, right? You've done your best to come to University of Moratuwa, which is the pioneering engineering faculty in Sri Lanka, but apart from that, you cannot do anything. So yeah, still I would say you will if you, as I said in the previous questions, if you focused your projects and your research experience into that particular path that you want to go into your high studies, I think still there would be enough and ample opportunities out there. In terms of industry, definitely in terms of just like in any industry like electrical, civil, mechanic, even mechanical, uh, our industry experience might not be enough and competent enough to fight with these upcoming USA, China, Japanese engineers. But like if you have the opportunity to go and work in other countries for some time, say 2 or 3 years, or at least work here in Sri Lanka with these companies, then I would say you would develop the necessary skills you need to fight with these other candidates in the world globally. So always, it's good that you identify these, issues and deficits that you have in that field. But know that if you have the will, internet is there. You can learn about things. You can read research papers and how things are there, and you can always get the knowledge you need. Right? Okay. Next question. Which companies have the most mechanical engineering positions open? Okay. It's hard to tell. Most mechanical engineering. So I would okay. I would tell you about the industries where mechanical engineering in Sri Lanka is used. So definitely, if you look at uh, say LTL is a company which directly hires mechanical engineering students. Even the company I work at, Vidulanka PLC, uh, hires mechanical. I mean, yearly they hire directly from our university. Uh, Winforce, Haleys, CEB, I mean Fenton's, uh, Lego, all these companies, even Dockyard. Uh, right? CICT. These companies definitely hire. I mean, there are ample amount of companies which hire. I cannot directly say like which company hires the most graduates, but there are enough companies. So you won't be jobless if you have the determination. I can assure you that. Salary. I'm not interested in PhD, MSc, or any other research. Want to know the job market in Sri Lanka and salary. So I talked about this. If you're not interested in higher studies, which is very normal, if you want to pursue in the industry, as I said, your starting basic salary is around 120 to 150,000, which will definitely see a rise with your performance and uh, your experience as well. So say like just like other fundamental engineering disciplines, civil, electrical, mechanical. Um, Mechanical engineering, I would say, once you become an engineer, your salary will never hit a stagnation point. It will always keep on rising. Even if you can't walk, if you can go in a wheelchair, still your experience would be more than enough to make you invaluable. So uh, probably if you're doing things right, if you're gaining the experience right and you're doing your stuff right, I would say you will never hit the stagnation point where where you come into a position, okay, this is my salary, there won't be an increase in the salary after this, because it is not possible, especially mechanical engineering. uh, every day gives you experience and hands-on knowledge on the practicality and how your engineering discipline is being used in industry. So if you are adamant about it, if you're doing things right, your salary will keep on increasing and nobody can stop that. Okay. Is this field appropriate for girl? Are there sufficient job opportunities in Sri Lanka? Yes, I mean, it depends. For example, mechanical engineering might not be suitable for a boy as well. Right? For example, if he, as I said, if you are someone who wants to work just nine to five, who wants to only stay on the computer and work with the computer, which is very fine. There are enough and more people in the world like that. If you're someone like that, uh, you're better off without doing mechanical engineering. But if you're someone, irrespective of your gender, even if you're a boy or girl, if you're someone who wants to, you know, get on to the problem, like dive into the problem, physically go and see the problem, and you want to find solutions for it, and basically, if you're someone who cannot sleep without finding a solution for a problem, I would say, irrespective of your gender, mechanical engineering would be an ideal opportunity for you. Now, there are sufficient job opportunities in Sri Lanka. For it actually depends as well. So I'm going to be very open here. Okay, so in Sri Lanka. Uh, the actual mechanical engineering might not be used in each of these mechanical engineering vacancies out there, right? For example, if say mechanical engineering, what we learn, we use about kinematics, we learn about dynamics, learn about thermal fluids, CFD, CAE, and stuff. So much technical stuff, vibration mechanics, uh, mechanics of materials, and everything. But all this would not be applied in the industry, and sometimes what you would, as a mechanical engineer, 40 to 60% of the time what we will be doing is project management. Whereas, as I said, mechanical engineering is something which you have to have hands-on applicability. So because of that, project management is actually one of the key important aspects of mechanical engineering. And say you are at a construction site, um, and in your project management scope, part of the scope is also the underskilled laborers that might be working at the project site. So irrespective of your gender, this is I don't think it's good enough to limit it to a gender division, but irrespective of your gender, if you have the capability to manage people, to manage the process, to manage work at a very complicated and tight deadline having a situation, yes, then definitely there are enough opportunities for you. But if you think and if you're not a kind of person like that who can manage, like if you're a kind of person who can work alone at a place, at office, but who is not competent enough to work as a team, to guide people, to lead people, even if you get the opportunity, I wouldn't think you would last in the opportunity. So yeah, it's actually you developing a skill in order to survive in the industry, and it's not just within Sri Lanka, it's even overseas as well. If you are a company engineer, yes, you can be alone, you can work on your computer. But if you are a mechanical engineer, you cannot do that solely. You have to at one day go to the real world and face real world situations. So if you want to pursue mechanical engineering, you have to definitely improve your skills in project management as well. Okay.
Thank you very much, Haya. There are some questions in the chat box also. If you have time, can you answer the questions that are different from before?
Sure. Where do I start? 10:51. Okay. First question is at 9:44. What about the job market for aeronautical engineer? I think I explained to you in Sri Lanka there is some controversy of this aeronautical engineering stream and because of lower demand in skilled vacancies. But of course, if you want to do higher studies, if you want to go abroad, there are enough and more opportunities. If I go to higher studies, do I have an income from that? It it's like this, Maya. Yeah, it depends whether you go to higher studies on a scholarship basis or paid basis. So if you are doing a master, say this now, you have entered into this University of Morocco. This is actually a scholarship, right? Uh, this same degree you can do to a couple of millions in maybe in another private university in Sri Lanka, but you have got a scholarship, which mean because you have excelled in your advanced level examination in Sri Lanka, you have excelled in that, and you are the cream of the country, and because of that, you have got the scholarship for more tour. And if you are in the merit list, you have Mahapola, which is actually a sort of a stipend, right? Which you get. In the same way, you can apply to overseas higher studies, master's program or PhD programs, paid or scholarships as well. So if you are going for a scholarship opportunity, definitely they will give you something known as a stipend. For example, in Australia, you will get something like maybe 2,500 or 3,000 AUD per month, which so say best case 3,000 AUD per month, which would translate to roughly 600,000 LKR per month, which might be which you might feel big here in Sri Lanka, but remember you are getting that 3,000 AUD to live in Australia, which has high living costs. So yeah, if you go to high studies with a scholarship, with a stipend, you will definitely have opportunities to gain an income as well, uh, at least to survive in the country. And sometimes most of these, especially PhD opportunities and masters by research opportunities, give the particular candidates the chance to part-time work as a what do you call um, uh, I can't remember the name. Like part-time to work as a research assistant, right? So while say example after you do your university studies, you can work as a temporary instructor or temporary lecturer, like then the university pays you. In the same way, this because you have a degree, then you can discuss with the particular professor that you are planning to higher studies within the particular university for them to grant you an opportunity to be a temporary instructor at the university as well. So in that case, if you have that opportunity, even if you get say 50 or 60% scholarship of your program, still because of the payment you get on your employment at that particular university, you will be able to cover your living expenses and your tuition fees at the university as well. So there are opportunities like that. Definitely, as your first years, don't worry about it. If giving an answer to your question, if you go to higher studies, do you have an income from that? You may or may not, depending on a scholarship. So if you're, I would say, if you're going for high studies, always try to target scholarships. How's the salaries? We talked about it. Is there any benefit and possibility to do masters in CS and for BSc in mechanical engineering? Uh, Masters in CS in the sense, Sasanka. Well, if you can just rewrite the question and send it in the chat box. I did not I do not get your question. Is there any benefit and possibility to do masters in CS? Again, same question. Uh, I have a couple of questions. Okay, when considering general stream and mechatronics stream, what are the most drastic differences and what are the changes in career paths, higher studies, and industrial opportunities after the degree due to the differences in the course stream? Okay, so I think I've talked about this. General stream, we'll learn about the fundamentals of energy, thermodynamics, about mechanics of machines, mechanics of materials and stuff. But being a mechatronic engineer, you will focus mostly on this robotics streams, autonomous streams, embedded systems, and how electronics and mechanical engineering fields intertwined. So learn about that. So here, even in Sri Lanka, being a mechatronic engineer, you will have enough and more opportunities because there are many automation engineer roles. Uh, uh, there are different kinds of roles in many industries here in Sri Lanka. So I don't think any of the fields would, any of these two fields, I mean, mechatronic or mechanical engineer would find it difficult to find a job opportunity or higher studies uh, overseas as well. But the two differences between the fields are that mechatronic engineer is more focused on the electronic aspect of mechanical systems, while a mechanical engineer is more purely general mechanical engineer is more focused on the fundamental side of the mechanical engineering systems. When talking about customizing the degree with elective modules in the later semesters, is it better to go with the general stream or mechatronics stream? When talking about the customizing the degree with elective modules in the later semesters, is it better to go with the general stream? Yeah, it does not matter much actually. So even if you do general mechanical or mechatronic stream, whatever you do, you will have the opportunity to streamline your uh, final year modules. For example, even if you do general mechanical, you will have the opportunity to select mechatronic modules at the latest stage of the final year. For example, names MEMS, which I said electromechanical systems and micro electromechanical systems is purely a mechatronic based module. But as a general mechanical student, semester 7 or 8, I can't remember, you will have the chance to select it as an optional module. In the same way, automation, there's a module which a general mechanical student can select. Robotics, there's a module which you can select. Uh, Control systems, that there's a module that you can select. Yeah, there are a couple of like modules like that. that even if you are a general mechanical student, once you finish your third year, if you feel like you want to learn more about mechatronic systems, you can select in the final year. In the same way, even if you choose mechatronics engineering, once you complete your 3 years in the university and you feel like at the final year, okay, I know some mechatronic engineering, I want to learn more about the fundamentals of mechanical engineering, you can still choose elective modules which is focused on mechanical engineering purely as well. This is the same for aeronautical students as well. So don't worry if you need to focus on these subjects, you have the option to select these elective modules as well. How many people did China internship in mechatronics? Also, which salary can expect? Okay, as I remember, all the 10 mechatronics students from each year got the chance to go to this internship on their own money. That's what I know. Uh, so on their own money only, they will have to go to China and do the expenditure. As I know, there is no salary for them. Uh, but if you want to confirm this, Mali, better you talk with a mechatronic a person who is doing purely who did mechatronic engineering. If you want to know about this, just contact me. I will get you in touch with a colleague of mine who actually went to China. So as I know, all the 10 people who are doing mechatronic engineering can go to China, and the university, the particular our department facilitates that connection. But it is a like you have to incur these expenses, the ticket expenses and living expenses for the 6 months. Not 6 months, as I remember, 3 months. Only 3 months will be in China. What average rank is needed in the first semester exam to choose mechatronic engineering? Okay, first I'll tell mechanical engineering. During our times, it was around fourth or fifth, as I remember. Now I've heard it has come a bit higher. I don't know, but anyway, within the first five departments, it is there anyway each year. If you want to do purely mechatronic engineering, I think you will have to have almost the same rank as if you would want to choose electronic engineering as well, or at least CS engineering, because you need to be within the first, I would say at least the first 300 at least. So that's what I remember. I don't know if things have changed. Better you look how the last year trends have gone into. But mm, within the first 250 or 300 would be a good safe margin. I have a couple of questions. Okay, think I answer that. Is that true? Companies don't like that much to hire female to mechanical engineering position. Okay. Tushara or Tushara, hope it's Tushara who has asked this question. But as I said, this is the thing. Uh, okay, first of all, if I talk about overseas, say an established country like maybe Australia, US, or UK overseas, uh, there's barely any gender discrimination in terms of mechanical engineering position. Barely. I wouldn't think there's actually uh, any discrimination for gender in these countries. Here in Sri Lanka, as I said, uh, compared with other countries, project management is a big role in mechanical engineers' career in Sri Lanka. Because of that, a mechanical engineer, when compared to other engineers, will definitely have to have a good rapport and a good communication skill with the underskilled employees of the company as well, right? And also to deal with them to when their problems come, you'll have to deal with them. And as I said, it's not a 9 to 5 job. You have to be ready to work overnights. You have to be ready to work on your weekends and even on void days and sort of like that. So you have to be ready and be open for that. So based on that, there can be a trend for lower companies to uh, prefer gent over lady, but I think that that trend has very much come down. And right now, even in Sri Lanka, we are going for a gender equality sector where like both a lady and a gent would find the equal opportunity to apply for a vacancy, even a mechanical engineering position. So I don't think it's going to be a hindrance for any applicant out there. So no. Okay, how about the aerospace scope if you do general mechanics? I think I answered almost the same question. So if you want to still pursue aeronautical engineering for hard studies, or even in the industry, is focused on your FIP, focused on the elective modules that you choose in your final year, and I think you can excel in that. Okay, if I go to high studies, do I have an income from that? I think I answered that as well. You want to go for an income, and you call it a stipend, not income. If you want an income, you go to the industry for a job opportunity. But if you go to a high studies opportunity, maybe a PhD, you get something known as a stipend as a living expenses. Because taxes and stuff is not deducted from your stipend because they believe that it is the bare minimum that you would require to survive. So yeah, can I use Mac in university? Any compatibility issue will occur. Problems are there, Ashang. Um, uh, MacBook, the only issue that I see is sometimes the softwares, especially like for example, say you are selecting CAD module or CA module in your final year, then you have to use SolidWorks or the ANSYS for your simulations and 3D modeling, and sometimes it is not very compatible with the MacBook laptop. So it's better off that if you either change your OS if you can, or change your laptop, or worst case if you're finding it difficult for any of the solution, you can still use the computers that are there in the university. If you like, if you find it that difficult to change your resource. Can we go to electrical field by doing mechanical side? But first of all, I'll answer the first question. Can we go to electrical field by doing mechanical side? Okay. Like I don't get your question. Like if you want to go to the electrical field, better you go ahead with electrical engineering. But like if you want to say go into the, I would say everything that you are asking about energy field, like which I am doing. So I am a mechanical engineer, but I'm in the wind power sector. So yes, of course you can go because there's a lot of mechanical engineering that is involved, like a huge more than 50% involvement of a mechanical engineer in the energy industry. Even say purely electrical based activities like say transmission line erection, transmission lines. You have big transmission towers, electrical transmission towers. Even in that sector, still you have a big mechanical engineer's role to play, especially in the structure of the transmission. Uh, so electrical engineer will design the cables and what is the gauge of the cable that is required for electricity transmission. What is the type of insulation that needs to be done, right? But a mechanical engineer or civil engineer will have to design the structure, the foundations of the transmission tower. What is the maximum tension the cable should be there? What is the maximum span? How the cables and stuff, the tower will face the high wind speeds, and how the cables will react to those. So there are different kinds of mechanical aspects, even electrical uh, systems as well. But if you want to purely look into the electrical field, better off if you choose electrical engineering. What is the best laptop to use? Okay, so this is a question I think first year students ask. Um, Better off that okay. It's based on your budget actually. So if you want to invest in a laptop that would last for you maybe 4 or 5 years, this thing is that you would buy maybe something like a gaming laptop which has a good cooling effect. I mean, if you're doing mechanical engineering, because you have to do a lot of simulation softwares, AutoCADs, CADs, 2D CAD softwares, 3D CAD softwares, different simulation softwares, CAE softwares, uh, CFD softwares. So because of that, it will the laptop will definitely start boiling. So you need good fans and a cooling system. So those are basically most of them present in good gaming laptops only. And you'll need a good graphic card if you're doing simulations and rendering. Like if your passion is for like product design, then you will need to use, you definitely use 3D CAD modeling software. So you need to learn about, you need a good uh, a graphic card for your laptop. And if you also, and apart from that, if you, for basic software, you also need a RAM. So uh, roughly 16 GB RAM would be manageable, and a good definitely SD card laptop, and uh, a good graphic card as well. So yeah, I think that's the end of the questions, right?
Thank you very much, Shaya.
Right.
You take so much time for us and answered all the questions in this session. And thank you once again for sharing your inspiring journey in mechanical engineering. And your passion, experience, and insights have been truly motivating all of us. Thank you once again. And
So
with that,
thanks, Lost. Thanks, and thanks everyone for the questions and stuff.
okay, and with that, we officially conclude day two of Field Familiarization Program and bring this two-day journey to an end. A heartfelt thank you to all our speakers from both days for sharing their personal stories, experiences, and insights, and for showing us the real world possibilities behind each engineering discipline. To all the freshers who joined us, we hope these sessions have helped you better understanding the unique nature of each field, the careers they open up, and most importantly, the kind of engineer you want to become. Choosing your field is more than just selecting a subject. It's about aligning your curiosity, your strengths, and your future goals. So, whatever you choose, know that you will be part of a faculty that develops innovators, thinkers, and change makers. Thank you once again for being a of this program and especially sticking around till the end of time. We wish you the very best as you make this exciting decision and step confidently into the future of engineering. Good luck, everyone. Good night.